Guys, and welcome to my new movie review for Bad Samaritan. Yes, that's right. This movie came out in 2018 and far out is this an incredible... This is actually an incredibly special request to my dear friend Sam. Sam, seriously, thank you, really. Thank you so much, bro, for telling me about this movie. I don't even know why. Again, this is another movie. Me being such a passionate film fan that I am, another one that went straight under my radar. But hey, it's here now, and here it is for you guys. I really appreciate you clicking this link, seriously. And those of you who are new to my channel, I just want to give you a really warm welcome. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate you being here. It's such an honor for you to have you here. Thank you for being here. Bad Samaritan is rated MA15+. The duration of Bad Samaritan is 1 hour and 50 minutes long. It's a crime horror thriller movie, and it's directed by Dean Devlin. And the cast of Bad Samaritan are as follows. First off, we have David Tennant as Cale Eldridge. Next up, we have Robert Sheen, who plays the character Sean Falco. Also, we have Kerry Condon, who plays the character of Katie. Carlito Olivero, Derek Sandoval, and a slew of other cast members far out. Now, guys, I will give you my personal view on Bad Samaritan right after this synopsis. A pair of burglars stumble upon a woman being held captive in a home that they intended to rob. Okay, guys, for real, absolutely for real. Straight off the bat, I need to say this. I saw it coming. And for those of you who've been following me for any period of time, I just want to give you the heads up really quickly. Anyone who's new to my channel, I don't do spoilers. There's no spoilers in my movie reviews. Thanks, Mr. M&M Man. I have no spoilers at all in my movie reviews. So I just want to give you the heads up on something. I saw this scene coming. Like, I saw it coming. I had a feeling it was coming because I saw the trailer and I knew what was about to happen. But I kid you not, in any way, shape or form at all, it still got me. And I mean far out. Now, what I'm talking about is the photo of the checkbook. And you're like, photo of the checkbook? For those of you who haven't seen the film, you're like, what are you talking about? When you see Bad Samaritan, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, in every sense of the word at all. That element, that scene in this movie, man, oh boy, did I jump far out. The way that the scene unfolds in front of you is so meticulous and really, really well executed. I was beside myself and so unbelievably impressed, so ridiculously impressed with how they did that scene. Like for real. This movie is one of those movies where the flowing motion of each sort of grasping element of each scene, of the thrilling aspect of it, is so gradual that it's step by step by step. It's not all in your face at one time, but it's not to the point where the audience member, as an audience member, you're like make something happen already. Because the way it unfolds, like the story unfolds, is really, really brilliantly executed. To the point where there's a sequence in this movie, I almost physically hurt my hands. Literally. I almost physically hurt my hands. When you see the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The alleyway sequence. Wow. I kid you not, guys, in any way, shape or form, that came at me so unexpectedly. Even though you know something bad is going to happen because of the elements of the audio, the soundtrack behind it, and the way the camera's moving, and you know something, as an audience member, you know something is really going to go down. Like, you know it. But then the way it just hits. It just really, really hits. And the way that the main villain, he grabs the audience member. I mean, he really, really, really grabs you as an audience member, and you just are like, come on. He just throws these physical, emotional elements at you as an audience member that sits you back in your seat, and you're just like, oh man, can somebody seriously not get a break right now? Now, speaking of getting a break, finally there's a part in this movie where you think that the main guy, Sean, he kind of gets an element of a break, okay? Sort of. Now, when you see the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And those of you who have seen the movie, when I say what I'm about to say, you'll know, oh yeah, that was brilliant. The iPhone screen, he takes a screenshot of something, and you're like, what are you talking about? Trust me, it's brilliant. To the point where Carl, the guy who plays Carl, is so literally, oh man, even he was impressed. He was impressed himself with what Sean just did. Oh, far out. It is so unbelievably well done. It is so well executed that as an audience member, you really, you just get moved by the fact that the good guy has actually got, he's done something right for a change, instead of doing all this other rubbish that he's been doing. And it is just unbelievably well, oh man alive. Now, those of you who've been following me for any period of time, and those of you who are new to my channel, I just want to talk to you about something really quickly that I'm really passionate, especially about this element of movies, and that's character chemistry. When character chemistry doesn't work in the story, like the storyline's got to be good, obviously. But as an audience member, if we don't buy the character chemistry of what they're going through, of what they're taking us through at the time, we just don't buy the story because it doesn't work. If we're not invested in the characters, even though what the characters might be doing isn't right or is wrong, as an audience member, we sit back and we're really getting taken in by the unfolding elements or events that are taking place in front of us. This movie is a really, really key element, and it really hits home with those elements of character chemistry, because you need to believe what they're giving you as an audience member. Like literally, as an audience member, we need to believe what's happening in front of us. And I tell you what, guys, this movie is a knockout when it comes to character chemistry. You believe the good guy, and you really, really want the bad guy to hurt. Like, for real. There's parts in this movie that it just makes you physically angry, because what he's doing, he doesn't care about what he's doing. And it just unfolds in front of us as the storyline is unfolding. Absolutely incredible. Okay, so this isn't a spoiler. This isn't a spoiler at all, but I just want to give you the heads up about something. One of the things at the start of this movie, when he's in the car, that made me go, oh no, that's really bad. Oh, he takes something from the house. If you've seen the trailer, I'll leave the trailer in the description of this review, so you can go and watch it if you haven't seen the movie already. So he takes something from the house, okay? He takes something from the house, and where he puts it in the car, when in retrospect, you think, well, that's kind of irrelevant, but it's actually an incredibly powerful tool, physically and technically, in the storyline of the movie, because he uses it later. And as I said, it's not a spoiler, but I tell you what, guys, when they bring that back into the movie, like later on, I was like, oh yes, that was really well plotted out by the director. Like, honestly, unbelievable scripting, like really, really well executed. I was so unbelievably impressed with that element of the scene. Like, it just really, as an audience member, seeing that played out, and then what happens later in the movie with that, I was like, nope, yep, that was dope. That was really well executed. So there is a scene in this movie, I'll call it I'll call it the snow scene. It's right at the end of the movie, okay? Right at the end of the movie. I'll call it the snow scene. I could not believe in any way, shape, or form at all. David Tennant, I think that's how you say his last name. I apologize if I'm butchering that, but David Tennant. I could not believe. Now, when you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't seen the movie, when you go and see it, you'll be blown away by this. I saw and his mannerisms and his facial expressions and just the way he was, he reminded me so much, and I mean so much, in that sequence, his voice and everything about him, of Charlie Sheen. Like, really, literally. Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear back from you to see if you think that I'm right about that. Seriously, because that was really, it was really impressive. Like, I was just like, wow. Like, I almost had to double take to remember what I was watching, because I was like, really? That's, wow, man, I can so see Charlie Sheen in this right now. But obviously it was David Tennant. Guys, the other thing that I want to talk to you about before I go into the trivia is I want to talk to you about the actual lead girl in this movie. One of the things, Jacqueline Bias, who plays Riley Seabrook in this movie, I kid you not, in any way, shape, or form, her character is so incredibly, preciously vital in this movie. And like, obviously, Katie, the character Katie, is a really focal point. But Riley is actually one of those characters in this movie where you feel her pain, and her passion and desire and love for her partner is really, it really is integral to the storyline. And I really appreciated, as little as she was in the film. Well, she was in it quite substantially in the beginning, but at the end she wasn't really that much. But I tell you what, guys, and I'm not spoiling anything here, I felt her pain. And I mean, I really felt her pain. For when you see the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And those of you who have seen the movie, right? Really? Oh man, I mean, come on, seriously. That was intense. It was so brutal, but so well executed. And for those of you who've been following my channel for any period of time, you know exactly what I'm going to talk about right now. Does Bad Samaritan have the core element in its DNA that, in my personal humble opinion, that I personally feel that film needs, so that we can go back days, weeks, and months later and watch it over and over? Does it have the core elemental essential thing in its DNA that I like to call 3, 2, 1? Yeah, that's right, guys. Re-Watchability. Does Bad Samaritan have rewatchability? Does it have that key essential element in its DNA? Does it, guys? You know the answer to that. Definitely. Purely, one, because of the storyline, but also because of the character chemistry and the way that these incredibly brilliant actors play out in front of us on the screen. It is so well executed. I'm so unbelievably grateful that I've seen this movie now, because I know that when I go back to watch it, when I watch it again, I know what I'm in for. And obviously I know that I've already seen it, so I know what's going to happen. But the acting in it, guys, the characters in it is just really next level, because it's just, you believe what's happening in front of you. You want to hate the bad guy and you want to really vouch for the good guy. It is so unbelievably well executed. Guys, you know what time it is in my movie review. It is the end of my rant, and it's now time for my piece of the puzzle to be put together. And you know what it is, guys. It's time in my movie review to give you guys trivia, because in my personal humble opinion, trivia to me in a movie review is just like icing on a cake. And who doesn't like cake? Oh, I love cake. Guys, I love cake. So guess what time it is, guys? That's right, you called it. It's trivia time. The three main characters all hail from the island of Scotland. Kerry Condon and Robert Sheehan are Irish, while David Tennant is Scottish. Kerry Condon and David Tennant have an American accent for the film. Next piece of trivia, guys, and this is the final piece of trivia. Throughout the film, numerous images of horses can be seen in Cale's home, included a horseskin rug on his floor in a deleted scene as a reference back to his first kill, a colt he murdered while he was trying to tame it. Guys, you guys are amazing. I appreciate you being here. Seriously, again, thank you so much for watching my movie review for Bad Samaritan. Have you seen it? What did you think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. I'd absolutely love to hear from you. It'd be incredible to hear back from you. I really appreciate that. And those of you who are new to my YouTube channel, one, thank you so much for being here. I really want to take this opportunity to say thank you for being here. I appreciate your time, seriously. And if you haven't already and you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're subscribing, don't forget to click that bell for notifications. That way when I drop anything, it'll be yours on your device straight away. I really appreciate that. Speaking of appreciation, guys, I do appreciate it so much if you give my movie reviews a thumbs up. That way I know you're appreciating my content just as much as I'm editing it and putting it out there for you. I really value it so much because I'm so passionate about this stuff. It's amazing. Speaking of amazing, you guys are amazing. Seriously for being here. Thanks again for clicking this link. Sam, thanks again so much for requesting this movie review, man. I value it so much, man. I can't wait to watch this again in the future. It's going to be incredible. Guys, don't forget who's bringing this movie review for Bad Samaritan. This is Superman Steve, loving you guys always. Flying out!